Okay, we're going to go ahead and call a meeting to order. It is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay, do you have any minutes or reports received and filed?
Yes, the auditor and recorder for February 2025.
Okay. Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
The soccer complex grand opening or groundbreaking was supposed to be tomorrow. That's been postponed. Thursday we've got a community meeting in the morning, extension council in the evening, Lions Thursday evening. Friday we've got East Side Business Association. Chamber has a councilman's forum or candidate forum, I guess. House Nuts and Columbus Fish Fry. I think there's some other ones.
Oh, there's
If
fish fries
anybody wants to
everywhere.
announce them, I'll start looking at them in Catholic Missouri, and I saw something shiny. I didn't get the rest of it on there. Sunday then is the St. Thomas ham and sausage breakfast. And
Oh, is it country ham? Is that their country ham one?
yeah, they don't have city ham down there. Yeah, it's
Oh, God.
that's country.
Okay.
Country ham and sausage.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then Monday got the Board of Realtors Political Economic Responsibility Committee meeting. So that's it.
Okay, tomorrow, Midmo Regional Planning Commission in Ashland. Tuesday, Cole County Communities that Jeff mentioned, and West Side Business Association. That's it.
Yep, you covered everything I've got. Saturday, I do have the Sons of the American Revolution meeting, but that's personal. Okay. Let's see. Presentation from staff, consultants, and invited guests. And Elizabeth, you are our invited guest. The MU Extension Program update. Thank you.
I have extra copies.
Okay, so I just wanted to come. I had emailed you guys, obviously, the link and everything with the annual report where you can access it online on our website, but I wanted to bring you a physical copy as well. Our extension offices put together an annual report every year at the beginning of the year that's basically a picture of everything that we've done over the past year in the county. And so in there, I don't need to explain every single bit because I don't want to hold you guys up, but there's obviously some information about folks in the office, who's on the council, partners that we work with, and then there's some information from the system about folks in Cole County, how many alumni do we have at Mizzou or SNT or UMKC or UMSL, all of those different kinds of things, and also MU Healthcare, how many folks they're serving as well. And then we've got some information based on our grand challenges, which are economic opportunity, educational access and excellence, healthy futures, and agricultural growth and stewardship. And those 4 grand challenges really are what drive all of the programming that we do. We tie those back to those 4 grand challenges. And so there's some data in there that helps us to guide what we do. So for example, the one about healthy futures, there's some information in there about our rate in Cole County of fall injuries for older adults is a little bit higher than the state average. And so that's why our nutrition specialist, our nutrition and health specialist, Kathy Deacon, she does a lot of work with Matter of Balance and Tai Chi and things like that with older adults to help them reduce their fall risk. And so that's why we do the programming that we do, is we look at this data and say, okay, what do the people of Cole County, what can they benefit from the most? And so then throughout the rest of the report, it's broken up by educational area. So there's information about 4-H and the programming that we did over the past year. There's ag and environment. And so you've got information in there from our livestock specialists, from our ag business specialists, from our horticulture specialists, our agronomy specialists, all the different things that they're doing that folks from Cole County have participated in and been impacted by in the past year. Then we've got business and community and professional health education, continuing education, and then health and human sciences. And that's where you can see some of that matter of balance, walk with ease, things like that. And some human development and family sciences work as well. So like I said, it's just kind of a little bit of what we've been doing over the past year. I always find the annual report to be really interesting because it condenses a lot of work into a nice, easily accessible package. Beyond that, we just want to express our appreciation again for your all's continued support. Our office now, it looks a lot different than it did a couple of years ago. We have a busy office. We've got a lot of specialists and staff members in-house doing a lot of really great work, and I think it's something really to be proud of. And we're always looking for other ways to serve. So if you know of anything that that you think Extension has some resources that could help with that, please, anybody, always reach out to me and let me know, because we want to serve as many people as we can. And then just as an update, some things we've got coming up this month, at the end of the month, actually, the last week. I'm not going anywhere with my kids for spring break because we have a lot going on the last week of March. We have 4-H Day at the Capitol on the 26th. So we have kids from every county in the state coming to the Capitol to visit with elected officials and kind of talk about the impacts that 4-H has on their lives. And then the 27th and the 28th, we have some back-to-back programming that focuses on child care services. So the 27th, we'll be doing some babysitting training. And then the 28th, we've got a child care professional development day where we'll have clock hours for child care providers and CPR certification for them that we'll be offering. And those are tied to some goals that the Extension Council identified over the past year that they wanted to have more of an impact on child care efforts in the county. So do you guys have any questions for me?
Just a note, maybe
Yeah.
it's hard to maybe just take away a couple takeaways from the report, but the early childhood numbers for our area are bad.
Yeah, I mean, early childhood is a struggle in every county that I cover. It's a struggle everywhere that I go. And that's why we're kind of trying to do more with early childhood childcare. The council had identified that as an issue, and I've been working with Kurt Hafley at the United Way to look at some more ways that we can partner on that. And so we're hoping to not just build off of these couple things that we're doing this month, but working with our childcare administrators to help them skill up a little bit more and feel like they're able to provide good services to everybody.
We do have open meetings first Thursday,
Yes.
5:30 p.m. at the Extension Council. So if anybody wants to come and listen in or hear what's going on,
Yep. Everybody's always welcome. We'll be there this Thursday on the 6th. So.
The big meeting is in the spring as well, or when is, or is it later in the year?
We have our annual meeting in February. So the first Thursday of February was when we had our annual meeting. But any of our meetings are open to the public, and folks are invited to attend those.
that was last month, and I think you'll have something else going on or had some conflict.
I've been there the last couple of years, I think, but I didn't remember an invite, but I could have just put it aside. I could have put it aside because it was conflict, so I'm not sure.
Jeff was there. Jeff got to swear in. He got to take over for Steve and swore in our new council members and everything. So
You'll ask if I wanted to swear. Let's go.
yeah.
Not what I thought it was, but
Sorry, not as
no,
exciting.
No, it was exciting bringing in the new leaders for the council. So yeah, we'll make sure that you'll get invited.
Yeah, I was under the weather.
Oh, that's maybe
I think that was it,
Yeah, I
because
think you might
He
have
was
been under the
passing
weather.
that around.
I was going to say, because that was why Steve wasn't able to go, is because he was sick as well. So I think that might have been right in the middle of that.
Yep, it was, not to
Yeah.
mention that.
All right. Well, thank you all so much.
Thank you. You do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Okay, any commission comments? Bids and contracts, approval and signing of the railroad spur operating agreement.
So the day has come that we're about ready to have cars on the rail tracks. Here's the operating agreement. Page right for resend. That's the signature page. So I sent a few drafts of these. Jill has reviewed and approved the agreement for signature. Now, in the agreement, most of it's kind of standard language, but the couple things that are important is the work that they'll do, and that's marketing and business development. There is a website already that they're maintaining for that. Offloading logistics, anything that comes in, they'll handle offloading and moving it around and doing whatever with it. Any coordination with Union Pacific, customer communications, and then they do or will or have provided a trackmobile to move the rail cars around, and it's actually on site right now. It arrived last week. And then also every quarter they will submit a report that'll detail the number of cars that they've transloaded, fees collected, new customers, and any marketing and outreach or efforts that they're doing, and then a revenue and expense sheet. So I talked to Capital yesterday, and this is with Capital Oil Terminals LLC, and that's the parent company of Capital Logistics. And I talked to them yesterday, and they're expecting cars to arrive sometime next week.
Oh, good.
So, and they're prepared. They have the trackmobile there, and it's ready to start using. So, we're really close to seeing the first wave of activity out there. Pretty exciting.
That's great.
So, and just a little more on the operating agreement. It is for 1 year, and there was some discussion on the term, how long we should do this. And since it's brand new, we've been operating under an MOU up until this point, and felt like the 1 year would be the best plan. That way we can learn, figure out as we go through this to see what it's going to look like, and we'll know a little more in a year and be able to make a better decision on what kind of term we want to go with. But the 1 year makes a lot of sense. I think we'll learn a heck of a lot as to how this is going to be. And ultimately, I know we've talked about it at the commission level, and just even with the operator too, the desire is that all maintenance, operating, all expenses for the rail spur that the county owns would be paid for or covered through this operator. So revenues generated that would eventually go to pay for maintenance, but we just have to get through 1 year and see how things go to see what that's going to look like long term. So as it stands now, and it's stated in that agreement that the county still will maintain everything. Now, when we did the project to build the transload facility and the additional track, we did replace upwards of about 300 ties on the existing track. So that's a lot of what maintenance is for that. Sometimes you got to go in and maybe resurface some rail, adjust the gap, and there's little odds and ends that can happen, but the bulk of it is replacing ties. So I think we're in pretty good shape on the old existing part, but it's a lot of maintenance routine that'll be covered initially by the county, and then once we get up and fully running with everything, the hope is that the facility itself can cover maintenance.
And this is a hard stop at 1 year, not renewable, automatically renewable. So we'll learn this first year what we need to tweak going forward.
Yes.
And I suspect that if that works, it may have be automatically renewable after that, depending on how well we did this first year. Maybe.
Yes, I think so. It might be just we learn that a 1 year is good, and we just have it renewable, like you said, or move it to a 3 year. I think the 1 year makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Some of this is seasonal, especially with the asphalt oil coming in. A little more seasonal. They get the big loads up front, and then they'll mostly going to be earlier in the year that they receive those shipments. think we'll learn a lot in that first year.
Do you have any publicity events for this thing scheduled?
I've heard that JC Rep will do a ribbon cutting the 1st of April, but that times a little bit with cars coming in, and I think this is maybe a little on the sooner end than what we were thinking, so maybe a little sooner, maybe towards the end of the month instead of early April. But we'll see.
Might be a good story for News Tribune right now.
Yeah.
The first car coming in.
Perhaps. Yeah, I will say this project, going back, it was fall of 2021 that the idea even came up. Now, we had been approached years ago, maybe when we were doing the Morris Packaging siding, that, hey, they were interested, but we couldn't pull anything off at that time. But it was, I think, the fall of 21 that this idea first came up, and we bid the project. And if you remember, we had to do a project to do the clearing first, but we bid it like in April of 23, and it was mostly done at the end of 23, but then we had to wait for the oil tanks to be built before we could build that last siding, and that was finished last year or so. With the amount of grant funding and everything else rolled into this project and having to work with Union Pacific, the team did a good job to get it done this quickly.
Yeah, I think this moved pretty rapidly. Good work.
I think you should take a lot of before pictures and now is before.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be interesting to see what this thing looks like in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yes.
Maybe spectacular.
A lot of potential for sure. So, like I said, we're ready to approve the agreement. And
One little change you've got on here, the date is, you've got February, so that needs to be changed to March.
okay, we might just build it.
Just that one page
Yeah.
was the only, it's probably.
Yeah.
Well, if you would, if
Well,
you'll
you
accept
can-
that change, I can get you a different sheet. And
Yeah.
we can have that.
Well, I can, it's,
Okay, you just sign the signature page and we'll get
Yeah.
an updated
Yeah.
sheet there.
yep,
I'll make a motion to sign the operations agreement between County of Cole and the Capital Oil Terminals LLC.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, Eric. Okay, contract signing of 2025-03 exterior repairs for the health department.
This is just the signing of the contract with GBH Builders for the exterior repairs at the health department in the amount of $140,949. This was awarded last week.
I'll make a motion to sign the 2025-03 exterior repairs Cole County Health Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. New business, accounts payable review.
Ask for approval of accounts payable pending review.
I've talked with Mark this morning. There's a couple that he's going to ask me not to because of the run date, but I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable pending review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Approval and signing of soil and water conservation court order.
This court order is in the amount of $9,000, which is the same amount as it was in last year's budget.
Make a motion to sign court order County of Cole, Missouri agreement for services to be rendered. This is for the Cole County Soil and Water Conservation District, and the amount was $9,000.
Yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. WebEx update of conference room.
So with you guys coming over here to readdress some issues that we've been having with technology in the training, in the classroom here and in our conference room. So we put together a plan to update that with WebEx so we can have more like Zoom meetings and stuff like that. I talked with Brian and he got me some pricing for the conference room. Midmo Telecom is $652. WebEx is going to be about $2,700, so it's going to be a total of $3,300, about $3,361 for the conference room. The classroom's a little more difficult. If you'll notice our screen, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't go up and down. So we're going to replace that this year, as well as the LED projector is starting to act up, so we're going to have to replace it. So instead of replacing those two, Brian made the suggestion that we upgrade the technology and just get an 85-inch television to put up there and hook it into the computer directly. So we're right now in the progress of bidding some things out to see what the best idea or the best plan for the classroom will be. Right now, tentatively, I have it down for $6,000, but that may change as we get more bids in, state bids and stuff. So I really don't need anything from you guys. I have the money in my budget, so I'm not going to have to adjust anything. I just wanted you aware of what we're doing. And when we put this up, we also have to think about speakers, microphones, that kind of thing. So I'm not sure. Like I said, 6,000 is what I was thinking it's going to be, but we'll have to wait till it gets closer to it before we'll know for sure. But this is just more or less to let you guys know what's going on. Everything that we're doing is on state contract, so we don't have to worry about that. And like I said, I have the money in my budget to be able to do so. This was a plan.
So 85-inch TV, just one in the front.
That's what, so there's two schools of thought. There's one school that says you put one 85-inch TV there, and then the other one is they're wanting us to put two side by side. So that way, if they're doing a class here and somebody is zooming in, they'll not only be able to see the back of the head of the instructor, but they'd be able to see what's going on. The people here would be able to see the individuals that are on there. So they haven't really, they haven't applied me off on that one yet. So I don't know if I'm going to do two, but.
I was just looking at it because 85 sounds big, but my eyes aren't getting any better, and
that was
sat in other meetings, now City Hall in the Bancroft room.
right.
How big that one is, but that's
Well,
why I have to do it.
What I'd like to do is something similar to what the PD did and have a multiple screen display so that we could put different things, like 4 of them. But that's,
Have one big one on.
yeah, but that's a lot of technology. And then we'd have to pull the whiteboard off, and then you're talking about repainting and everything. And while I don't mind making Greg work, I don't think it's fair, so we'd have to include that on the bid, and I just don't want to go that far into it. I'd like to start with the cheapest way. The best way would be one 85-inch. I don't even know if they make bigger than 85-inch.
I'm sure they're going to.
Do they? Yeah, but how much more? Because like right now, I can get an 85-inch from Sam's for $800. I don't know how
I
much.
just was bringing it up because it's
No,
want to make
that's
sure
good.
that you got it the way you want it the first
Well,
time
and
around.
that's a concern because
Not
if
that I
you're
want to
sitting
spend
here,
more money.
yeah, but it's a concern because if we're sitting here and looking up
Yeah,
there, what
you
are
would.
the people in the back going to be able to see
This,
anything?
yeah, it'd be,
So
well, you give us binoculars.
we're still gathering information on the classroom. The conference room, I'm going to go ahead and move forward. That was pretty easy. It's already got a TV in there. So it's just coming up with a WebEx device and then hiring Midmo Telecom to come in and route the wiring. So that's a pretty easy, fast fix. And then we'll see about what this entails or how much this is going to end up being in here.
How much room you got over there where that TV's at already? Good.
Well, I thought about that
That's
too.
now, huh?
I thought about that too, but then everybody's turning this way.
So,
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if that really benefits me all that much. I'm not going to get rid of the TV because that one's actually hooked up to cable, so we can put weather and whatnot in there, news if something big's hitting. We can put that in there if we're doing
we
something.
do it at the camping meetings. You got some of the people looking forward and some of them turning around and looking at it or looking across the table. So
And maybe
it does
that's
make a difference.
and maybe that's right. Maybe that's what we do is we do put a second TV in here, but we put it over there because it's already got a mount. It's already wiring's already there.
And we
So-
got room there, you got room here. You already got one mounted there as well, looking at that one. So
Yeah.
I would take the ideas around it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're presenting me with options. Brian, and by the way, if Brian's listening, he completely approves these ideas and recommends that we do that. He said, do I need to be in the commission meeting? And I said, no, don't worry about it. I won't throw you under the bus.
He's in a Edina.
Hey, it takes two to lie. One to say it, one to believe it.
Here,
This is like just a tornado warning. Here it comes.
Just to get the terminology, everybody's agreeing. Today, we're sitting in the law enforcement training room.
Classroom.
Oh, well, and we advertised that we were
That's
having this
okay.
meeting in the.
Well,
I just
and so-
wanted- I'll tell you what, there's different rooms are called different things, and I just like to get it straight.
So
We
the
are sitting today in the,
classroom,
This
law
is-
enforcement classroom.
this is the classroom.
Because we have a training room downstairs with the
Okay, that
mats.
was my next
Yes, sir.
question. Where is the training room?
It's downstairs below us. It has the mats, the shoot house,
Got it.
the weights.
And the conference room is in the front of your building, just looking out windows, you'd be on High Street? Or-
Yes, sir.
Okay. So going forward, we're going to list this location as the classroom.
That's fine.
I was calling it the wrong thing too.
Well, it's
Most
just-
of us do.
Yeah, it's just easier for us to delineate whenever we're doing training, because we do have a classroom setting downstairs in the training room also, so if you say,
Oh, what? You did it again or not?
what's that?
The training room also.
This is the classroom, and then we have a classroom type area downstairs in the training room.
No, you don't.
Fair enough.
Oh, we might name them rooms 1, 2, 3, so we don't get.
Unless we put the signs up over the door so we know where we're going.
I think no, I think there's a sign on this door that says classroom.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounded
I
cool.
don't think.
It sounded really cool.
I don't think so, Tim.
That would be cool.
Okay.
But anyway, like I said, I don't need any approval or anything. I just wanted to make sure you knew what I was doing.
Yeah, we're never sure what we're doing.
I wouldn't put that in the form of a motion because I'm afraid it might pass. Not pass.
Okay. Signature for Tyler Technology Amendment for the data archive.
So I thought that we already signed this some time ago, but this is actually whenever we installed Tyler, there was two things that we didn't do. And because of that, they removed it from the contract. And because of that, we get like $28,000 back in credit. So they've been after me to get this signed. I thought we'd already signed this. I'm almost positive we already signed it, but Debbie can't find it. Tyler can't find it. So this is just an amendment that should have been passed probably 2 years ago. That gets us that credit.
And if we don't sign it, we don't get the credit.
Yes, sir.
You'd like to sign it? I'll make a motion to sign the Tyler Technology Amendment, which authorizes the credit of
28, it's on that. It says one.
28,000.
Yeah, 2,000 for one deal and 26 for another.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
And there's cookies up here.
Okay, and we are going to table the salary discussion for county employees and the salary study discussion because Debbie is not here, so we will table that to a future meeting. So we have zipped through this. Do we have anything else to come before us? Hearing nothing, I would entertain a motion to stand in recess until 4:30.
Make a motion to stand in recess until 4:30 p.m.
All in favor?